Hello, Pisces. Welcome in, guys. This is your January 2026 love and life reading. We're going to take a look and see what is going on for you. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Roles can be reversed, so if they are reversed, go ahead and reverse them. You do not need my permission. You got a lot of cards that are flying out, so let me go ahead and just take a look and see and just kind of tell you what I'm seeing here in regards to your love. So we are coming towards this energy like it's there's somebody here that you are that, well, I don't want to say you're dealing with because you might not be dealing with them now. I mean, shit happens. But you got Six of Wands here. This is this person that is feeling very unseen. I feel like this person does not feel understood. They don't feel seen. They don't feel confident. Um, they are wondering where they are in your life, like what place they hold in your life at this time. I see a person who is wanting to be included, who may feel like they are on the outskirts or like they're a stranger to you now. And they're not wanting to completely sever the connection. You have I know the sun is in the way. You have the tower here in the reverse. This is reflecting someone who wants to salvage whatever it is that they possibly can. So far we have Scorpio energy that's there. Give me more for Pisces. You got Ace of Cups here. You got the Queen of Swords. Give me more on that Queen of Swords. I feel like there is love in this connection. There's some sort of love, whatever they deem to be love. Okay? But what I also feel like on your part, Pisces, is that you've become very clear with yourself. I feel like at one point with this connection, you felt very restless. You felt as though you didn't know what direction to go in. You didn't know where this was headed. It felt like a lot of information was being kept from you, whether this person was, told you how they felt, kept it to themselves. And so it's like you had to go looking for answers instead of being able to get this from the person that you're dealing with. You have the Seven of Swords here in the reverse. You also have the Queen of Swords. I feel like something became abundantly clear, almost sobering to you. With that Queen of Swords, I also feel like you determined that in order for you to regain balance in your life, you kind of had to dead this Ace of Cups. You had to mute it because it's not dead. I mean, it's still between the two of you, but you had to mute those feelings. What's the challenge between these two? Timing. No wonder I kept hearing in my head, love finds me in divine timing. This person feels like you guys failed because of divine timing. The timing wasn't right. This person had to walk away because they felt like things were not aligned. It was right person, wrong time. You got Sagittarius energy there. They weren't able to nurture the connection. And now what they're seeing is that you are a little bit colder towards them. You're not as caring. You don't seem as empathetic. Like you are not overextending, basically. What's the outcome for January with this person? I don't see you giving towards the connection, and I don't really see them giving towards it either. It feels like there's a lot of instability that's here. So nothing is really being done. I feel like you're mostly just going to focus on yourself, your self-worth, your value, and also career things as well. All right, now moving on to career things. What's going on for Pisces in the month of January when it comes to their career? What is going on for Pisces here? Didn't mean to take that, but okay. All right, for career, I feel like you guys are reassessing what longevity and long-term vision and goals look like for you now that you have lightened your load of responsibility. So there may be something here that could have been the relationship, it could have been other things that you are no longer being a container for. And this is something to do with your past that you felt like may have possibly been keeping you stuck with that Wheel of Fortune that's there. And so now you're just kind of reassessing. You have that 10 of Pentacles here, which is reflecting that at this current time, there it's reevaluation. Like you don't necessarily have a specific game plan. And then to be honest with you, during this time of year, this is probably the best time. Just make sure that you get it done before Saturn goes into Aries, okay? That's in February. February 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Give me more. You have the 10 of Swords here in the reverse. You also have the Page of Cups in the reverse. What is that about? Okay. I feel like when it comes to your career, you are walking away from not following your intuition. There was a time period that you've kind of gone through where you felt like there was some sort of blocks. You have that 8 of Wands that's there, where it did not allow for you to have the depth that you want in your creation, in your ability to move your career further. It just felt like you had blocks, like you weren't able to connect, maybe even like spiritually when it came to your career. There was just some sort of disconnect with your intuition, but I feel like that is changing. You're walking away from that pattern that you were previously in. Give me more for January career. Something new is on the horizon. I feel like you have a newfound confidence as well that is going to allow for more progress in your long-term goals. You have the Sun card here followed by the 2 of Swords in the reverse. There's also something about you being seen, your work being illuminated, and you like people acknowledging something that you do. There's a light that you bring that people can see, and they're drawn to that. I also just want to mention that if you've been having a hard time with buckling down, having more discipline and more dedication towards certain goals, like maybe you've had a goal, but it was like really hard for you to get dedicated, I feel like you're walking away from that shit as well. That's not going to happen. I feel like there's like this fire that has ignited within you, especially in the month of January, to where you're like, I can't live like that anymore. And so you're going to do something about it. Okay, let's go on to whatever comes out. What does Pisces need to know in the month of January? What messages does Pisces need to know? What messages does Pisces need to know? I just heard chill out. You got 9 of Swords in the reverse. You got the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Maybe there is something that you chill out on. It doesn't disturb you as much. You're able to sleep better. There's something here that's not affecting you as much as it was in the past. Give me more. I'll take it. You got 8 of Pentacles here. You also have 6 of Swords in the reverse. In the month of January, your finances are okay. I mean, they're not getting worse. I feel like there is something coming in for you. So like if you felt like, God, you know, I'm not doing that well, or I need to make more money, I feel January is a pretty stable month for you. Give me more. You got 10 of Wands followed by the Page of Cups in the reverse. Lighten your load, please. Lighten your load. If you're having a hard time with creativity, it feels like there's blocks, it's because you're taking on too many responsibilities. There's something that you need to release, get rid of, in order for you to have those intuitive hits. Like some of you may thrive off of whatever spirit leads you to. and that's how you go about making decisions. But it feels like almost as though you're not hearing the messages or you're not getting those downloads when you sleep. There's some sort of baggage, responsibilities, burdens that you're needing to put down in order for you to be able to hear that inner voice again. Give me more. Ah, shit. Give me more. Because for some of you, spiritually, you can't grow. You know what? I just heard spiritually you can't grow because you got to clean your house. Clean your house. Stop hoarding. I got 10-10 on the time. So that's meant for somebody. Especially with that 10 of wands, you need to clean something out. All right, what else for Pisces? You got 3 of Cups here in the reverse. You also have the 7 of Cups in the reverse. What is that about? You're realizing that the feelings that you feel in regards to some sort of closure, some sort of breakup here is that it, like, if you're honest with yourself, you knew it wasn't the right time. You could feel it. And the disappointment, like you're clear on what those feelings are now. And I feel like you're accepting it and you're taking acknowledgement on not only what they did, but also what you did as well. And it could all be about not listening to your inner voice. I feel like Pisces has had a little bit of a hard time with that, especially with Neptune being in Pisces in retrograde that we just came out of. It has been a bit difficult. Okay, let's go on to all signs, their sign. All signs, their sign. If you are dealing with an Aries, the Aries is very focused on their self-identity. I feel like just understand that the Aries is focused on self, and that's really it. And you may feel that like that is being very egotistical, but they're already going through an identity shift. So yeah, it might be a little egotistical, but I feel like they're committing more so to themselves. If you are dealing with a Taurus, the Taurus is seeing the connection as a missed opportunity. They feel like you're too good for them. If you are dealing with a Gemini, the Gemini has a lot of passion for you, but I also feel like they're trying to control the flow of the connection. Just this Gemini might be a little bit like controlling. Just watch out for that. If you're dealing with a Cancer, the Cancer wants to take a leap of faith towards you, but they're holding themselves back. They don't want to rush it. If you're dealing with a Leo, the Leo is going to try to, they want to come towards you. They want to contact you because they're feeling disappointed or overwhelmed. There may be some guilt that's in there too. And they feel like they disappointed you. If you're dealing with the Virgo, oh man. The Virgo gives a lot. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. The Virgo gives a lot because there's healing that they need to do. Please make sure that if you're going to deal with the Virgo, that you give reciprocity. All right? They have trauma. They feel like in order for them to show value for themselves is that they have to be in acts of service or giving. If you are dealing with a Libra, the Libra is very nonchalant. I don't know if that's going to piss you off. Like, I don't feel like there's other there. Okay, if there were other people, they've already chosen you, but their nonchalantness might kind of irritate you. If you were dealing with a Scorpio, the Scorpio is not giving to this connection. Like I would not waste my time on it because they're not going to give to this connection in the way that they should. at least not in January. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, the Sagittarius wants to move on from the past. They don't want to lose you. They're starting to understand what it was that they rejected, or that they, well, yeah, I guess you could say rejection. If you are dealing with a Capricorn, the Capricorn has bad impulse control. I feel like this Capricorn's a little bit of a player, so just watch out for that, because that Knight of Cups means that they come in and out. This can sometimes be my player card. They don't have good control over their self. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, they're being quiet because they feel like you're drama. They're acting as though they cannot take the challenges. And if you are dealing with a Pisces, another Pisces, if you guys have been at a distance, this person feels very, very on edge. And because of that, they can no longer hold their stance of defensiveness. I feel like there's a softening around the Pisces, to where they're going to start opening up to you. Okay. All right, Pisces, that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Please do not forget to hit that like button, hype the video up. And if you need something more personalized, I'm doing more Zoom call readings than pre-recorded readings. However, I've made some changes on the site, so go ahead and check it out, miashero.com. Until next time, you guys, take care.